between the Republic of Azerbaijan and the European Union, represented by the European Commission.
Dear Madam President, dear ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'd like to welcome Madam President of European Commission to Azerbaijan and delegation from EU. Today we had very good discussions on broad range of issues of mutual interest. We covered all the topics which today are on our agenda, and we had the ceremony of signing the MOU on strategic partnership in the field of energy between the European Union and Azerbaijan. Our active cooperation in energy area. Our active cooperation in energy area already has a history of more than 15 years. Today's memorandum is not the first document which was signed between us. We had MOU signed in 2006 and joint declaration on Southern Gas Corridor signed in 2011. So we have a good history and good achievements, and energy projects initiated by Azerbaijan and supported by European Union and supported by our partners completely changed the energy map of Europe. We started with oil production, and then gas production and construction of oil pipeline which connected Caspian with Black Sea and Mediterranean, and of course Southern Gas Corridor, which is a 3,500 kilometers long integrated pipeline system which brings our gas to the European continent. And it's less than 2 years that Southern Gas Corridor works in full capacity, and with all the segments are in place, but already we see the positive benefits of this cooperation. Issues of energy security today are more important than ever before, and long-lasting, predictable, and very reliable cooperation between EU and Azerbaijan in the field of energy, of course, is a big asset. This year we started energy dialogue between EU and Azerbaijan, which covers many areas, including oil, gas, renewables, hydrogen, energy efficiency, and other issues. And the great potential of renewable energy production in Azerbaijan also is appreciated already by European Union. We already started projects of investments in wind and solar energy. We already made the first assessment about our potential, and I can say that in the liberated areas of Karabakh and Eastern Zengezur, the potential of solar and wind power plants is 9,200 megawatts, and the potential of wind in the Caspian Sea is 157 gigawatts. So we have really enormous resource base. Plus, of course, new gas fields, which we will engage in coming years, will add to the production of natural gas, and using renewables will save more natural gas for export. So it's a very advantageous situation which was built by our efforts and supported by European Union. And today's memorandum actually is a kind of a roadmap for the future. And taking into account that all what we planned before we accomplished, I'm sure that we'll see a great success. Among other issues which we discussed today was issue of connectivity and taking into account geographical location of Azerbaijan and modern transportation infrastructure. We need to work more actively on connecting our potential, because here on the western shore of the Caspian, Azerbaijan has the biggest trade fleet in the Caspian, modern infrastructure, shipbuilding yard, new seaport and railroad connecting us with all our neighbors. And there is a big demand to have joint efforts in order to make connectivity as important in our relationship as energy. Of course, our agenda is very broad. We are working on a new agreement between EU and Azerbaijan. We just discussed it with Madam President, and hopefully in coming months we can complete it. And that will also be an important contribution to our bilateral cooperation. We work on bilateral track within the framework of Eastern Partnership program, and EU is the main trading partner for Azerbaijan. Implementing our plans, of course, will increase the joint turnover to the benefit of our peoples, and the relationship between EU and Azerbaijan, I'm sure, will have a great future, and all what we plan we will achieve. Once again, Madam President, thank you for being with us, and wish you a pleasant stay in Baku.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, for the very warm welcome here in Baku. And thank you for stepping up and supporting the European Union. Because already before Russia's brutal invasion in Ukraine, the Russian gas supplies to Europe were no more reliable. And the European Union has therefore decided to diversify away from Russia and to turn towards more reliable, trustworthy partners. And I'm glad to count Azerbaijan among them. You are indeed a crucial energy partner for us, and you have always been reliable. Not only for our security of supply, you are a crucial partner, but also in our efforts to become climate neutral. The Memorandum of Understanding that we've just signed makes our energy partnership even stronger. I want to emphasize 3 points from our Memorandum of Understanding. The first is that we will double the supply of gas from Azerbaijan to the European Union. Indeed, with this MOU, we commit to the expansion of the southern gas corridor. This is already a very important supply route for the European Union, delivering currently more than 8 billion cubic meters of gas per year. And we will expand its capacity to 20 billion cubic meters in a few years. From next year on, we should already reach 12 billion cubic meters. This will help compensate for cuts in supplies of Russian gas and contribute significantly to Europe's security of supply. The second point that is very prominent in the MOU is the topic of the renewables. Azerbaijan has a tremendous potential in renewable energy. You just described it, Mr. President, and in particular in offshore wind and green hydrogen. We discussed it extensively in our bilateral meeting. Today, with our MOU, we are laying the ground for solid cooperation in that area. So gradually, Azerbaijan will evolve from being a fossil fuel supplier to becoming a very reliable and prominent renewable energy partner to the European Union. And finally, our cooperation on gas has to be consistent with our responsibilities on climate. This includes, for example, the emissions of methane. Our MOU sets out commitments to reduce methane emissions throughout the entire gas supply chain. And as we have discussed, Mr. President, I strongly encourage Azerbaijan to join the Global Methane Pledge, which is now supported by 119 countries. Azerbaijan has made enormous progress and has a lot to show and to deliver. Indeed, beyond energy, President Aliyev and I discussed the full range of our relation and cooperation. The EU-Azerbaijan Cooperation Council will meet tomorrow in Brussels and discuss how to take forward our bilateral cooperation. We are working right now on a new bilateral agreement that we hope to conclude soon. The aim is to further expand the strong economic partnership we do have. Indeed, the European Union is the first commercial partner of Azerbaijan, the first export destination, and one of its most important sources of investment, and this we want to expand. We are investing 60 million euros of EU funds in Azerbaijan till 2024, and the economic and investment plan has the potential to mobilize up to 2 billion euros in additional investment. It is already at work, supporting round about 25,000 Azeri small and medium companies and making the port of Baku a sustainable transport hub. This is for us very important because this leads indeed to the topic of connectivity you have been mentioning. We also discussed that, in particular how to deepen our ties to bring our people and societies closer together. This is the mission of our Global Gateway strategy, and this is also the essence of our Eastern Partnership. The European Union wants to work with Azerbaijan to build connections with Central Asia and beyond. So we follow with great interest the discussions and the ideas about trans-Caspian connections. We will deepen these discussions. Finally, we want to finalize the Common Aviation Area Agreement because this would greatly boost opportunities for business, trade and for tourism. To reach Azerbaijan's full potential, it is important to create the right conditions for investor confidence. This includes a greater involvement of civil society and a free and independent media. The European Union is committed to a secure, stable and prosperous South Caucasus. We are the leading donor in demining in the country, for example. We have also discussed this very important topic. We have now just announced a new 4.25 million euro package for this purpose, but we are also willing to offer machinery and skills in this very important field. All in all, the European Union is firmly attached to your region, Mr. President. We value our partnership, and this partnership will consistently grow and deepen over time. Thank you very much again for hosting us here, and thank you very much for the joint signing of the MOU.
Thank you.